him in the top lane. Once he has 6, you just cannot roam to kill him easily. We saw this actually played in the KaiSser Cup against this this very style of...
Now we'll see whether the gold card is going to ring true, because Vista wants it. In fact, you don't even really need to start it with a gold card. There is so much CC, and they wrap around the... But he's just been spotted the entire time.
Yeah.
That ward that is yet to be named has managed to spot out exactly where Pyoshik is, and Dudu's just going to wait out the Death Realm as best he can. Kingen, I believe, missed that Obliterate, as now the Destiny's going to come in, and Kingen's going to come out of his Death Realm and into the Death Chamber, unfortunately, and then Pyoshik's going to follow suit. That was...
so they knew there was a chance that he was coming up and would have made it a little bit scary.
Never really able to pilot him effectively, and even then didn't win a lot of games on the champion. As Deft, he's having a good time, decides to cancel it.
It's, you know, I'll probably, after a good night's sleep, I'll start to get over it. It's like Dudu is just gonna go in here. He's Death Realmed, but who cares?
Well, now Solkar actually trying to offer some damage back, has already ulted, as now Dudu gets back in. They managed to lock down that kill, but in the meantime, Vista is going to die. So that's going to be the first kill over to DRX. And in the top lane, no play-by-play required, really. That was just the quintessential TF Camille and a dead Mordekaiser in the end.
Yeah, and this, you know, going back to what I was going to lead into before we, you know, had Death of Jeff, Death
Cloud
of...
that they already have. I'm predicting that we're going to have Earth, Wind, and Fire this game, is also predicting Becca to take half of his health bar and damage. Not really.
Had to check on that. Of course, we were going to see another aggressive Destiny in here. On to Kingen. And there's no turret here. There's just no way out.
I've seen this movie before, Wolf. I've seen it
sad
before.
Ending.
It's not good for Mordekaiser. Brambles flying through here in the mid lane, as this turret is not long for the world. And it's just a bit of a sad game to watch, to be perfectly honest with you.
Really? Any danger?
I don't know. I don't think so. He was probably absolutely fine, as Dudu is underneath an inner turret at exactly 20 minutes. Solkar's going to be able to take an outer on the bottom side, so there is...
Might have at least offered some good CC and some late game skilling, but they don't even have that.
Oh, Bow! Very, very falling down as in goes Dudu. He's going to take him out. The Hextech Ultimatum comes in. Becca, yep, just going to be mincemeat as Kingen. He's got a Death Realm, but I don't think he wants to be in one with anyone, as Deft is going to be able to take him down. No heal, no flash required. And Hammerlife, there is no stopping this team. DRX look utterly lost. And I don't even think there is any option for them, you know? Like, oftentimes you're talking about they should have made this macro play. They should have done this.
This against a Camille. We've seen it before, like I mentioned. It is a strong option, and it's definitely one of the ones I was looking towards. But unfortunately...
16 there for Deft, ahead of his opponent. What a year. That was his last year on EDG, I believe. Is Becca going to just have himself a present, but it's not the one he wants? His will going to be well and truly broken as Dudu teleports in. The kickback, though, onto Vista is pretty good, but whether it's going to be actually enough is going to be a huge question here, as Def trying to kite out Kingen. He may actually fall here, though. Flashes to the very edge, but the Obliterate is going to be good. Meanwhile, the rest of Hammerlife tidying up the back end, but that was probably about as good as of a team fight as DRX were going to get.
Arthur wants this, though. He's going to try to get in here and get a wall ready. He does go ahead and pop that Zonia's, and Dudu comes over for the kill steal.
And look, he's having a great performance. I think Morgan, not a bad player in his own right, and I think over in KaiSser Cup, we saw that they can trade spots pretty effectively. And Def probably not too worried about that one either, because if Kingen's there trying to kill him, then the rest of his team's probably dying. As Dudu just going to take down Solkar as best he can here, as the Hextech Ultimatum is going to be enough, as Bao dives on forward, but Dudu is way too fed. As the Death Realm comes through, Chovy going to spend some time in there. Goes golden. He'll be fine. The cow is dead, as the Q is going to connect, but unfortunately, when you try to go back to a Talia, she throws rocks at you. And Pyoshik's just going to die in mid-air.
Golden into a gold card. You know, Atlas, it's good time to be fate in this game. And
I think Pyoshik taking that resonating strike to his death sort of represents how DRX have been in this game. It's from the very beginning not looked like they'd had very much chance.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, again, I feel like the time that we saw the aggressive Death Realm was...
Like 14,000 gold in the lead for Hammerlife. Is an aggressive trade, though. The move forward as Arthur is going to go golden. The seismic shove. Stunning as Deft is going to grab himself a double kill, make that one a triple potentially, but no, has to use his stopwatch and is now in a very rough position. Will be taken down there from Bao, and maybe DRX have got a bit of life left, and the answer's no, actually, because Dudu comes forward, and that's just easy tidy up. I got excited.
You got a little excited, you know. Soka had a big ult. It was very cool. It was very picturesque. If you just took a screenshot of that one frame with the double stun there, it might have looked like, wow, what a competitive game we might be watching here. But we're not living that reality as Vista.
Vista tries to kill him with an exhaust. I love it. But of course, he didn't need that cooldown because he's not going to be able to make it to the Nexus in time, as Dudu is going to be the one that finishes it off. And a well-deserved 50 gold for him as well. Welcome to the LCK.
A lot of pressure on Soka to actually be a sniper in the side of some of these Baron, Dragon, Rift Herald fights. And trying anyways, you know.
Well, now it's going to be DRX's turn as Vista's going to get caught out. Does have himself his Haymaker, but I don't think it's going to be enough, as Becca's taking a lot of damage. Bubble down, but isn't going to find it onto Chovy.
A lot of pings here. Question mark pings from DRX, where he should be denying vision. Sure, he had that really long... I'll hold that thought. Wow.
Whoa, that's a big flash from Vista. Becca's just going to be dead as Pyosik has to quick draw himself out of there. But you can see DRX, they want the fight. Kingen comes in, barrel is down, but Dudu's going to land some chains as well. They're broken pretty quickly as Chovy now looking for Soka up towards the top side of this fight. It's broken off as DRX are trying to regroup. Arthur misses the undertow, and Bao doing a fair
take. Not going to happen, and I like to see this kind of aggression.
Yeah, flash hook is going to come out. Vista does keep himself alive and face breaks nicely, but it's not going to matter. On Vista's side, exhaust still.
Yeah, they use the box as well.
Yeah. All right, Killer Instinct. He's looking to jump onto Pyosik here and does so successfully. The Moonlight Vigil not going to do too much as Vista once again is dead. And you can see Arthur just running forward. The reckless swing is most definitely that, as now Deft just trying to rain hell down. But this was not the trade that they wanted. It looked so strange. Bubble not going to connect there onto Deft, who flashes out of the way. And the paddle star will... We'll see what Soul's going to happen this time. My prediction, an Infernal, which will...
You're just a little bit off.
Steal yet another camp from Pyosik. Dangerous times, as we got a bit of a heart monitor of a graph. So that's where the pings are. You can see red pings towards the Dragon. And Dudu with teleport at the Dragon has just spawned. Now Soka looking to try and jump on top of Deft, and it's going to be Vista that has to flash now. Hook comes down, and they have to wave goodbye to the set, but I think that was...
Herald to crash into the mid turret, which is going to open up my favorite fact about Zoe that you pointed out yesterday. And this is just the entirety of the map being opened up for DRX. It looked like they were just going to start to fall apart in this game. They weren't controlling vision well enough. They weren't able to set up for big Kraken Slayer online, and he's ready to fight.
Ooh. Yeah, Gravitum actually going to do a bunch of work here as Chovy not going to survive. Exhaust down, as well as you can see that Arthur, is trying to run away.
There's just, the death timers are so long here for the timing of how this works out before the take. There's just nothing they can do to deny, and in fact, DRX is one step ahead. They're like, okay, we're going to try to push mid. DRX is ready to take another fight where they have a numbers advantage.
Yep, Baron's going to go down in the meantime as Deft Killer Instinct to try and get out of there. And he's just going to have to run for the hills. Dudu trying to fight this one out as Soka picks up a flash, uses it to get away. Dudu doing his very best to try and 1v5, but he only takes... Arthur going to soak a huge paddle star as DRX are going to easily take down this inner turret. Deft, yeah, you're not going to be able to grab that without any minions as Dudu and Kingen are trying to fight this one out. Gore Drinker going to help keep Dudu alive for a little bit, but there is a Bramble Vest. And now World Ender comes forward and DRX, the cavalry comes through. And Dudu is just dead.
I think we're going to a Game 3, Atlas. Starts to feel like it. Is actually, no one is going back, and there's not actually... I don't know if this is the right decision for DRX, because they don't have the minion waves to actually...
Mountain Drake. So that's definitely good news, but Deft is going to get out of there, and he managed to take that. Well, that's what they're going to try and do. Heading up here, grabbing this inner turret on the bottom side. Dudu, he's the one that's going to be split pushing this time around as the mid wave is going to get ushered in as well, as the solo lanes from DRX are here. Now just going to move on over and try and take this top lane turret down as Vista flashes in once again. Gets himself the Haymaker shield, and I'm used to saying this. Vista is going to go down. Moonlight Vigil not going to connect. as Arthur's just going to get collaterally damaged to death, and the inhibitor will also fall
They
down.
may just push for the game here. They've got a wave, and they have Aphelios. They can at least push down these turrets, no question. I mean, I don't see any way that this gets defended by Honda Life Esports. They need a miracle here. I mean, what are you shockwaving
There's
for?
no Baron, so these minions are killable. We'll see whether Chovy's going to be able to get the work done. Deft is going to start off this fight, but immediately he's exhausted. Bao walks back into a turret shot, but he's going to survive. And now the Nexus turret will get taken down low. Chovy with the shockwave gets the help of the fountain, but it just doesn't look like it's going to be enough. Vista once again just running on in there to die once more as Dudu, they need to stop them from killing this Nexus, but it's just going to go 28 minutes into the game, and DRX clap back against Hanwha Life.
Very impressive game from DRX. We're going to a game 3. It comes in the extreme, supreme late game that, based on these two compositions, I think we are going to head. Orion is a pretty safe mage for the mid lane, and Galio's not going to be able to...
I had to blind pick a Gnar again as
boy.
Pioshik's like, oh, he sees the food underneath the turret, does avoid the spear very nicely as Morgan's going to survive. Now Chovy looking for it. He will get onto King in here as the Justice Punch will land, but it's still a 1v2. And Chovy does need to be very careful, has to flash actually to get to safety, and Kingen holds on to his. So maybe a little bit of an overstep there from Chovy's Galio as that Facebreaker is beautiful. But once again, the Pantheon's coming down. Deft trying to stay alive, but he's not going to be able to. Stun comes in, they trade 1 for 1.
First blood away. So, fairly slightly better trade.
Ooh.
And there you
Passive?
go.
Easy. Pantheon is doing an okay job as well with his Serrated Dirt already completed. Facebreaker onto Vista here towards the bottom side. Level 4 for Becca. Unfortunately, a lot of value there from Deft, but unfortunately for Vista...
Going to be pushing the objective advantage into their favor is even the Herald can't be taken counterwise because they know
really
that...
coveted pick by, you know, being able to draw out these bans, but in this case, it's looking like it was a bit of a problem as the taunt comes in and Chovy is just going to be dead. Flashes... And Vista's not going to be able to find Pioshik, and now they're the ones trapped in the pit. Kingen's going to come up over the top, doesn't have Cannon Barrage, as Vista's just dead. He's in the back of the pit now, nothing he can really do. Heroic Entrance going to try and save him, and actually Hanwha are going to turn it around. There's the showstopper over the wall. Vista will be taken down, but Deft says no. Solka's going to go down. As, okay, we've got a big gank coming in, but both of the supports are going to be here. There's the headbutt. Bit of a trade of positions as Grand Skyfall comes down. Becker is going to be going, but Vista very close to death, right? There was no Cannon Barrage, and that's why it was so difficult. As we're going to check this one out once again. Vista going for the big play. A bit of a positional change there as Grand Skyfall really was what allowed this to happen, as Bao just could not going to do anything. Which is, I guess, how a lot of people have experienced solo queue. But Vista, he's like, nah, Infernal definitely going to feel really good. But Kingen is also feeling very good on this gangplank.
Yeah, he's going to exhaust his Mega Gnar, not going to be able to retreat. Does force a flash, because as you see, the showstopper goes off, he is dead meat, but not going to happen.
Yeah, well, there's the flash pole, as we're going to get the trample stun as well. Solka, well and truly dead. And that's going to be Arthur picking up another kill for himself. Kingen coming on in, he's got barrels aplenty. He does, well, we're just going to take your mid turret if that's what you want to do. And the dragon will be taken down, turret as well. Now, will the team fight actually be successful as Morgan, Navar in a great position, Deft dashing after King, and he has to flash to get out, but Becca not going to be so lucky. Solka with the two-man shockwave. That's definitely good, and now Vista looking to try and deliver him. Headbutt pole comes on in, Heroic Entrance gets a really beautiful knock-up, and look, I'm going to say it, this is aggressive, to say the least. As Vista's over the wall, they know that he's over the wall. As Chovy goes in, three-man taunts, beautiful. There's the Cannon Barrage finally, but Kingen's going to go down. Deft grabs that kill, and it was all a bait. Why? What? No, don't face check. That was a bit of a silly move, as now Pioshik going to go in. He's going to take down the Gnar. Arthur tries to kite it out, as Chovy will get on top of the kitty cat, and Vista will take away the kill. It is this team, but it's still going to be a death brush for Hanwha Life. Thankfully, Orb is there to check. And Deft going to get tagged.
Chovy can obviously engage someone like Global from far away, and he does just that.
Speaking of which, yeah, two-man shockwave does come in. Facebreaker down as well as Becca looking to get in position, decides to go for the Constellation Cow as Morgan able to get in there, get on top of everything, and he has the Gnar in perfect position. Thankfully, is mini Gnar, and so he's able to avoid that particular spear. And this blue buff is not exactly the one that King...
I'm just going to try to 5-man this, hard shove mid, and maybe even get an inhibitor turret during that Drake. I actually really like this choice. This is, again, bold decision-making by DRX in the late game. They do not hesitate.
Yep, I like it. They might be able to actually take down this inhibitor turret as well. As Morgan's going to come on over. He has Mega Gnar, but not a lot of Gnar bar as the Drake...
Flank, I think, is the name of the game here. They're playing so passively around that.
All right, Vista goes for the flash once again, gets the flash out from Bao, which is good news, but the Grand Skyfall onto Sulka. He goes golden as well. It's like a Messiah play, but on a Pantheon. Flashes out now as well as now Kingen in trouble once again as the Gangplank with the flank, and it's not what they want. Pioshik also going to die as Becca is going to be the one to spare the blushes of his top laner. And Kingen, he laned so well, but what is he doing in these positions?
Yeah, he's just...
Oh, it's a disaster.
He's just always putting himself in dangerous spots, and they lost Pioshik as well on the side. Chovy ends up getting the solo kill there on the edge as he tried to buy some time.
Vista, okay, they're going to dive onto Kingen here. Vista goes into his stopwatch. Beautifully done. The Pantheon's going to fall down, but Deft, he's managed to find himself some resets, and that is going to be the double kill. Chovy goes golden. Sulka's going to kill him, and Hum will life.
Now, but they were able to wrestle it away.
Oh, Chovy. Once again, looking for flanks as Kingen not going to be able to find that barrel that could have been actually very pivotal in this situation. Now it's going to be a 50-50 as we've got Pioshik in position. Can he save the soul is the question. He may not be able to as Becca goes for the hero play, but he's not able to get it done. Now Mountain Soul comes in, and Samira's looking to clean up all the kills. Kingen, once again, he's just not in a great position. As Bao, he's going to get hunted by Morgan, thrown into the wall. Deft grabs his third kill of the team fight. Bao's just holding on to position, and that will be the...
For DRX, feels foolish. They didn't have great positional advantage. You're going into a team that has so much DC. You have the best Galio player in the world in Chovy, who's going to have a great fight, of course. Ends up getting a nice little engage here. Now, in live, you can see they do take the turret, or excuse me, the Baron, but the turrets prevent them from ending the game immediately, but what they just thought...
Well, that's a lot of teleports, Wolf, as Kingen, he's getting taken down to about half health. Morgan really feeling himself at this stage as the globals have all been expended, as there is a Gnar into the wall. Becca's going to be missed by the wallop, though, and Kingen avoided it completely, and now Morgan's looking a little bit silly at this stage of the fight. Likely to be taken down, but no, goes into his stopwatch. Becca does the same, but he's the one that's going to be dying as Deft diving in, and will be able to pick up a double kill off the back of Morgan, throwing himself at the enemy.
Well, that's the game for sure. You know, it looked like it was going to be the game almost, 85%, 90%, and then DRX get caught outside of their base. It's tough to defend against a Baron. You got to try to make a play, you got to try to make a pick, but now it is just simply all she wrote here. Big win here for Hanwha Life Esports, a very competitive back-to-back, back-and-forth series, but DRX aren't able to clutch it out in the end.
Yeah, not quite able to do it. Nexus will go down. Congratulations to Hanwha Life Esports for picking up their first victory here in the LCK.